Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, then please subscribe and make sure to turn on the notification bell so that every time I post a video, you will be notified about it. So in this video, a Zionist lady tries to play the victim card by saying that she woke up to a chant of unaliving every single person in Israel and also to wipe Israel off the map. Now, this got me thinking, looking at the people who are being unalived and looking at the side where all of this is happening. Like, a lot of people are being unalived in Palestine than in Israel. If really it was like that, then the numbers of people being unalived in Israel would have been higher. Looking at it, I feel what she's saying in this video is vice versa. It's like Israelis are the ones who want to wipe out every single person in Palestine. Now, the interesting part in this video was the part she said if Hamas was interested in a better life for Palestinians, they would have recognized Israel as a state by now. Here's the video.
I woke up this morning to a million from the river to the sea comments on my recent post. If you don't know what you're commenting when you comment that, and maybe you do, From the River to the Sea is a non-peaceful chant calling to exterminate every single Jewish person and Israeli in Israel, and also to wipe Israel off of the map. This chant isn't a call for a peaceful two-state solution. It isn't a call for Palestinians and Israelis to live side by side. It's a call to wipe Israel off of the map. Next, I want to say I don't think any Jewish or Israeli person wants anybody else to die or be affected by what is going on. Gaza or Israel, I don't care where they are. I do not want another baby, woman, child, mother, father, elderly person. I don't want anybody else to die. The difference between you and I is who we point our finger at as the enemy. And I blame Hamas, the terrorist organization who not only wants to murder every single Jew on this planet, but have also done nothing to aid the Palestinian civilians now or ever. The leaders of Hamas sit in Qatar with billions of dollars, and that money goes to rockets for Hamas, tunnels for Hamas, weaponry, headquarters, whatever it is. None of their money, zero, goes to actually helping the Palestinian civilians. Hamas is not interested in freeing Palestine. If Hamas was interested in a better life for Palestinians, they would have recognized Israel as a state by now and would have worked toward a peaceful two-state solution like Israel has tried to do countless times. Hamas is not interested in peace or freeing Palestinians. They're interested in using the Palestinians as human shields for their deep-rooted anti-Semitism. They're using the liberation and the freedom of Palestinians, the freedom fighting of Palestinians, to push to the world that Israel does not deserve to exist and that all Jews are supposed to die. It makes me sick because I care about the Palestinian people just as much as you do. But the enemy, their enemy, is Hamas. We need to free Gaza from Hamas, period. If we want peace ever, Hamas needs to be destroyed.
Now, if really she's saying that Israel is not interested in unaliving Palestinians, but they are just interested in destroying Hamas, why then put all the Palestinian people at risk just for them to get to Hamas? Does she mean that Israel would do anything even if it means unaliving all Palestinians in order to get to Hamas? I'm just wondering. Now, I'm trying to understand what she's saying right now, which is not making sense for me, but let's check out these videos. I will be right back.
Jewish person.
Is that what y'all really gotta tell yourselves? Bro, y'all will say anything just to justify your corruption that you have within your mind and spirit. And a lot of y'all are followers and y'all are just believing blindly following whatever it is that is being presented to you without even questioning the morale. If you equate people screaming freedom from oppression and you are equating it to the destruction and destroying of you and your people, you are fucked up in the head. What makes you people think that you are so above the law that you are the only ones that deserve protection, but the others don't? No, baby, non-peaceful is by somebody coming out here and saying Hitler should have had y'all off when he had the chance back in World War II. That's non-peaceful. Y'all privileged people want to be oppressed so fucking bad. It's ridiculous.
On my recent
I hate seeing people make videos of this because you're using your huge platform to spread lies. Like, at least do yourself a favor and do some research. Open up a history book. You want to play the victim and talk about how they're trying to whip Israel off the map, but that's what they did to Palestine years ago. And you're talking about how Israel wants peace, but they killed over 11,500 people in the past 40 days in Gaza, not counting the people in the West Bank and not counting the past 75 years. And I think it's so embarrassing to keep claiming that they're trying to kill all the Jewish people in the world, but look at how many Jewish people stand with Palestine. Because what we want is Palestine back, where Jewish people, Christians, Muslims, all of them can live together peacefully because it's such a holy land with so much history. If it was Israelis to begin with, you think that they would destroy it the way they are? Baby Ariel, you do not deserve this platform, and don't start claiming that all Jewish people are standing with you. Stop claiming anti-Semitism, because that's not the case. Just say that you stand with genocide. Just say that you don't care that all these people are dead. Just say it. It's okay. But don't start claiming two-state solution, how Israel wants peace, but Hamas is not letting that happen. Israel created Hamas.
A million from the river to the sea comments on my recent post. If you don't know what you're...
Imagine we took the Zionist Initiative and just started changing what the meaning of phrases meant for our own, for a hobby. Like, if somebody were to tell me Merry Christmas, imagine me turning around being like, I know what you think Merry Christmas means, and I know what a lot of people think Merry Christmas means, but to me, Merry Christmas means that I'm not able to celebrate my own religious holidays. Imagine having the audacity, from the river to the sea is literally a slogan and a popularity because it literally rhymes. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. And it means the liberation of all people from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea, meaning a very holistic picture of what the land is, because we literally do not like how it's segmented into these little colonies and ghettos, and the Gaza Strip and the West Bank and these settlements here, these pockets of people here. We want an integrated, unified state from the river to the sea. You cannot just go around and saying that's not what we mean when we're literally saying, hey, that's what we mean.
And I blame Hamas. I was gonna say, watch your stitch first, but I can sum it up for you real quick. Miss Girl goes on to say that she blames Hamas and that we should be freeing Gaza from Hamas, yet then says that Hamas is not doing enough of a job as a terrorist group to be providing food and healthcare and education to the people of Palestine. Girl, if they are a terrorist group, do you think that they're first of all, these people don't have money. They don't have enough money. All their money is going to military, as you said. Do you think that they have money and are getting funded by other countries to provide care for their people? You think the children, because Hamas is full of children, you think these children who have brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, cousins, grandparents are gonna wake up one day and say, you know what? Why are we bombing Israel? Let's just stop. You need to understand that Israel has controlled Gaza and the West Bank for 75 years. Their water, their education, their border, their whatever comes in, food, everything that is made inside anywhere. You need to understand that these people, you're saying that Hamas should be providing for them. Why Israel? Why isn't Israel? Because they're the ones who have control. Why hasn't Israel provided food for them? Why are they bombing bakeries? Why are they bombing hospitals saying Hamas is in there? If you have control over citizens, you should be taking care of those citizens, right? Because clearly Israel doesn't give a shit. You're saying Hamas wants to whip out all Israelis and all Jewish people. What do you think Israel is doing? Do you think Israel is protecting the Palestinians? Clearly not, because their goal is to get rid of every single Palestinian that is in Gaza or in the West Bank. Their goal is to get rid of Palestine in general. They want to whip everybody off that map. So don't try to twist this narrative, okay? And this isn't about Jews and Muslims and stuff, no. This is about Israel and Palestine, specifically. Jews live in Palestine. Jews are Palestinian. You are wrong in this, so stick to Musically and your little TikToks, because you need to get educated on this whole topic. Every single
baby. Really should have stuck with Musically, love. You really that dumb. When people chant from the river to the sea, they're saying it from the chest so we can free Palestine. You know, where Israel has been illegally occupying for over 75 years, right? Where they have been literally killing women, children, men, not just for the past 42 days, but the past 75 years, love. They're trying to wipe out Palestinians. Stop sitting here with the victim complex, babes. It's not cute. You are a grown-ass woman. Go educate yourself for real. And then you're gonna sit here and say, there is no Israeli, there is no Jew that I know who wants anybody else to die. I'm sorry, but did you miss the videos of pro-Israeli women yelling at an old woman? All she did was say that she wanted a ceasefire and that she stood with Palestine. They said that they wish that they would see her R-worded in front of her kids, in front of her mom, that she would be unalive and filmed and posted. They tell them, you go to Gaza, you go see what happened. I want you to DIE. Like, girl, bye. You want to talk about extermination? Let's talk about your buddy Netanyahu, because that has been the plan the entire time. Saying from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free is not anti-Semitic. Like, you're dense. Like, you're dumb. It's like, I don't even know why I'm sitting here saying this, because it's just not gonna get into their heads. Like, they're just never gonna get it. I mean, it's obvious I'm talking to a fucking brick wall. But I really hope this opens our generation's eyes as to who we give platforms. Because there are plenty of awesome, genuine creators that have been trying so hard to get attention, whether it's for their artwork, music, literally any kind of hobby. Yet these are the type of people we give a platform. It was literally like, this is what got her to where she was at. I'm not trying to hate, dude, but sometimes saying nothing is better than saying something in this case.
Now, her saying that she cares is crazy, because if she did, no matter what your opinion about Hamas is, if you care about human life, you would call for a ceasefire. But instead, she is on TikTok justifying IDF and the Israeli government's actions in which they are destroying hospitals, schools, and refugee camps. She's justifying the ethnic cleansing of Palestinians and every airstrike that unalives innocent civilians, which the majority are children. What is she talking about? The phrase "from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free" is not about eradicating Israel. It's not about that. It's about wanting the freedom of Palestinian people, the land of Palestine. In her video, she mentioned that the state of Israel doesn't want more people to be unalived. But my question is, where was all that energy when America called for a ceasefire? The Prime Minister of Israel directly and loudly said no to the ceasefire. It was all over, like the news. So where was the inhumane action? From the river to the sea is a chant created by Palestinian people that want to claim back their land, the land that was stolen from them. It is not a chant against Jewish people, but a chant against Zionism. Zionism being that the belief that Jewish people should have their own land. The Zionism that was created by European countries that wanted the Jewish people out of their own land. Is that what she really got to tell herself? Now, this slogan calling for freedom from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea has drawn scrutiny after pro-Palestinian demonstrators across the Western world were met with attempts to curtail its use. Now, to the crowds waving Palestinian flags, the chant reverberating across the globe expresses the desire for freedom from oppression across the historical land of Palestine. But for Israel and its backers who label the phrase as pro-Hamas, it is a veiled call to violence that bears an anti-Semitic charge. Now, the United Kingdom's Labour Party suspended Member of Parliament Andy MacDonald for using this phrase between the river and the sea in a speech at a pro-Palestinian rally. Home Secretary described pro-Palestinian demonstrations as hate marches and warned that the slogan should be interpreted as an indication of a violent desire for the nation of Israel. The Football Association in the UK has banned players from using the slogan on their private social media accounts. Australian police took a similar stance, banning a pro-Palestine protest on the basis of the chant and claiming that the slogan, originally formulated by the Palestine Liberation Organization, had been adopted by the armed group Hamas. Now, German authorities declared the slogan forbidden and indictable and called on schools in the capital Berlin to ban the use of kafir, the Palestinian scarf. Now, here's what you should should know about the controversy. Upon its creation by diaspora Palestinians in 1964, under the leadership of Yasser Arafat, the PLO called for the establishment of a single state that extended from the Jordan River to the Mediterranean Sea to encompass its historic territories. Now, the debate over partition predates the formation of the State of Israel in 1948, a plan put forward a year earlier by the United Nations to divide the territory into a Jewish state, occupying 62% of the former British mandate, and a separate Palestinian state was rejected by Arab leaders at the time. Now, more than 750,000 Palestinians were driven from their homes in what became known as the Nakba or catastrophe. The PLO leadership later accepted the prospect of a two-state solution, but the failure of the Oslo peace process in 1993 and of United States attempts to broker a final deal at Camp David in 2000, leading up to a second intifada, the mass Palestinian uprising, have since resulted in a hardening of attitudes. What does it mean? To Palestinian and Israeli observers alike, different interpretations over the meaning of the slogan hang on the term free. Now, a lecturer in law at the School of Oriental and African Studies in London said the adjective expresses the need for equality for all inhabitants of historic Palestine. Those who support apartheid and Jewish supremacy will find the egalitarian chant objectionable. Freedom here refers to the fact that Palestinians have been denied the realization of their right to self-determination since Britain granted the Jews the right to establish a nation homeland in Palestine through the Balfour Declaration of 1917. Now, this continues to be the crux of the problem, the ongoing denial of Palestinians to live in equality, freedom, and dignity like everyone else. Tens of thousands of pro-Palestinian demonstrators marched through a rainy London, accompanied by several Jewish groups, which, according to the SOAS lecturer, was a sign that the slogan could not be interpreted to be anti-Semitic. Now, it is important to remember this chant is in English and it doesn't rhyme in Arabic. It is used in demonstrations in Western countries, he said, and the controversy has been fabricated to prevent solidarity in the West with the Palestinians. Now, pro-Israel observers, however, argue that the slogan has a chilling effect. To Jewish Israelis, what this phrase says is that between the Jordan River and the Mediterranean, there will be one entity. It will be called Palestine. There will be no Jewish state, and the status of Jews in whatever entity arises will be very unclear. It sounds much more like a threat than a promise of liberation. It doesn't betoken a future in which Jews can have full lives and be themselves, he said, adding that the slogan made it more difficult for left-wing Israelis to advocate for dialogue. We have come to the end of the video. Don't forget to share your thoughts on this. Thank you for watching and see you in my next video.